Still going back, let's go back. About a year ago, over a year ago, I was getting messages about people having stole, I don't know if it's like an inheritance or some kind of money. This has gone long enough that it's sort of playing out the way it needs to now, because there's like exposure to this. There's some kind of person or group of people that were trying to sabotage something from coming your way, steal something, or just make sure you didn't get it. I'm hearing they stole it all and spent it all. And there may be something about like they borrowed a lot of money from people around them because they had something planned. And your reaction was key. Okay, this is why it was so important to say that you didn't react to people, and now it's exposing them because they thought you would react. They planned something against you, and your reaction was the key to it, and I don't think you did. The way you reacted was really important, and you didn't do it. You didn't act or react the way they thought you would. And I feel like you've known this person for a really long time. This is like, having a friend that you met when you were a child, or, something like that. Or if it's a family member, but it's like somebody you knew for a really long time. But I don't think you are really close now. And so it's like they were plotting under the guise of like thinking you were still the same person you were when you knew each other when you were younger, which none of us, well, I can't say none of us are. I know a lot of people that are exactly like they were in high school, but most empaths aren't anyway. Most people have done the healing and the growth or not, but they were assuming you were, the immature teenager or 20-something or whatever. And so they knew what bothered you then. They thought it would bother you now, and it didn't. They were running with the idea of who you used to be rather than who you are now. Because there's something about, they were looking back at insecurities they knew you had before. Like, I don't know, maybe you were shy, or maybe you were too quick to snap, and they were expecting that. And they were kind of using that as like the blueprint for whatever this plan was. And they're super confused as to why, like, you didn't react that way. They don't understand that you've outgrown things, you've learned things. And something about the people around them now are confused as to why they're having money problems. I'm not sure why that's important or how that plays into this message. And they may come to you and ask you for money, or have somebody come to you and ask you for money. This all seems to be about money. Okay. There's this plan. And this is past energy. This isn't something that you have to worry about happening now. There was this plan against you from this person. And again, they were thinking you were still the young, immature person that they used to know. And there's something about, there's no judgment in this, I'm just passing it along, but something about, something to do with your mental health, or maybe you were a depressed teenager or an anxious teenager, something about when you were younger, there were some mental health things that they thought they could use to trigger you, or like you had no self-worth and they thought you still didn't. They used fake profiles and a lot of like sneaky online stuff. Like for me, for example, I've had people order for me. I know who they are, but they pretend to be somebody else. It'd be like that, or like maybe they post on your social media as a fake person, or something about that. And they got really excited. They really thought this plan was going to work, but they gambled on something. Like they were supposed to sabotage your money, your connections. They're paying people? They paid someone? They paid someone to like date you or distract you or some way just move your focus away from your money or your divine counterpart or something. I'm sorry, I don't know where this is going, because it's like a lot about money, and now it's sort of about divine counterparts and people trying to keep divine counterparts separate. Because there's something about if you got together with this divine counterpart, be that soulmate, twin flame, whatever, it's like that would open the door to like a lot of opportunities for you. But it all has to do with money and their obsession with money. I don't know. The plan is to make you look unstable. They wanted you to throw a fit, have a tantrum, do it in public so people can see. They wanted you to embarrass yourself, and you didn't. And they expected you would, because maybe when you were younger, maybe you would. Maybe if somebody, I don't know, like disrespected you, you'd flip out. And like now, they tried it, and it was just like, whatever, I don't care. Like that was a big part of the plan. Okay, so again, this is just an example. So let's just say, because last year I was getting messages about people stealing some form of inheritance. Okay, so let's just say that's what this is. Someone in the family passes away. You are to inherit something, but you got a greedy family member, and so they're trying to say, well, we can't give this person the money. They've got mental health issues, or they're irresponsible, or they're, whatever. So they were plotting things, thinking you would react the way you used to, so they could say, see, that person's mentally unwell, we can't just hand them money. Again, just as an example, it's like that. The plan was dependent on you being emotionally immature and reacting to things, and you didn't. And by you not doing that, it exposes them. But then there's also something to do with a divine counterpart, keeping you away from your divine counterpart. There's a lot of like passive aggressive slander. So So this would be like a covert narcissist trying to. So I'll go around a group of people and talk smack about you, but act like I'm not. I'm just telling you this because I heard you were considering hiring this person. I don't know if I would do that, but it's none of my business, like that, without directly saying, don't hire this person. Like, they're acting like, I'm just looking out for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't say this. But people are noticing, like, it's passive aggressive, but it's always about you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they always have something to say about you. I don't know why I'm feeling family now. At first, I thought it was like a friend that you've known, like somebody that would be like family, but now I'm feeling family. And I'm definitely feeling like two-faced feminine energy. Mother, sister, female cousin. Passive aggressive. And at first people were like, she really was just saying that to protect this person. But now they're like, gee, you always have something to say about your sister or your daughter or your cousin. You know what I mean? And you never retaliate. So now they do look crazy. They do look obsessed. They're being outed. I'm hearing insufferable. This person's insufferable. People are seeing them as insufferable. The group, whoever they used to talk to about you, I guess had no choice but to really believe them because they were the only ones doing the talking. Like, you weren't out spreading shit about them. Sorry, I keep swearing. So it begins to look like, man, this has been going on for years. You always have something to say. That person never says anything about you. Like, now they're starting to see. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're being questioned. Like things are shifting, and the group that used to listen or take part in the gossip about you is now kind of maybe sticking up for you even. Because again, by you not making any moves, it exposes them for who they are. But they expected you to be, at some point in your younger years, they saw you be immature. They thought you would react immaturely. And then it could be like, see, they got anger issues or they're crazy or whatever. And you didn't. And because it's gone on for so long now and you've done no retaliating, you've done no gossiping, smear campaign, blah, blah, blah. Now they look crazy when they were trying to make you look crazy. Yeah, because somebody's like, I don't know how you can continuously, smear this person, and they're never even here to defend themselves, and they've never said anything bad about you. It's like they're starting to see it. Yeah, somebody's definitely speaking up in your defense. Because it gets to be, well, if you've ever been around somebody who constantly talks bad about somebody else, which I have, my whole family does this, it gets to be like, oh my God, do we have to hear this again? And so somebody's calling that out and being like, well, what about you? Like, you're an angry, bitter, blah, blah, blah. Like, somebody's definitely standing up. And maybe it's a little late, but at least they're, they're seeing it and they're doing it. What am I seeing? Photographs. What's this? Okay, we're going back to there's something about they paid someone to kind of knock you off your track in some way. There's something about photographs. Like you were supposed to see pictures of some kind. and it was supposed to upset you. But I feel like you're not going to care. I don't know what that's about. Like, oh, sorry, I just realized what this is for my life. That's hilarious. Anyway, so let me just give you an example from my life. So this would be a person that I did know since I was very, very little. I considered them family. They're definitely not. I don't know why I considered them family, because they always stabbed me in the back, but I did. And so this person is hilarious. This person, maybe that was this year, posted pictures with an ex of mine, an ex from when I was like a teenager. And I'm like, why would you? That's like, they're not friends. You know what I mean? It was like they were out one night or something, and she's all like cuddled up next to him. And I'm like, that's it. Anyway, so it's something like that. Like maybe they thought they'd post a picture with, your first love or something like that, and thought you would like snap out, flip out. Because I have confronted this person back when I was angry, because she would mess with people after I had messed with them. I just thought, girl code, you don't mess with your friend's ex, you know what I mean? I always thought that was girl code, so she thought posting that would upset me. But I don't even care about that dude, so I was just like, ugh, whatever, have at it, That's how it played out in my life. Anyway, so there's something about that. There's pictures that you were supposed to see and like crash out about, and you didn't, because I think, again, you didn't care, I don't think. Yeah, you literally didn't care, or if it hasn't happened yet, you're not going to care. But this person's playing games, like, again, like a teenager. Like, you're supposed to be insecure teenagers who really care what other people think, and, this person's very immature. And if this is anything like the person in my life, it's literally, you see them as someone who never grew up. Like, they're still in the bars and the clubs, and they're, well into their 50s or something. Like, you already see them as being immature and pathetic. But anyway, they were planning on you crashing out like you used to, and you didn't. And part of it, I think, is because obviously you've done some healing and some growing, but also you don't care about the things they think you care about. So whatever this plan was sort of fell apart.